close here. Oh, let me move this back just a little bit. What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? How are things? Move back just a little bit more. How's that? We good? Good. Looks like we're good. How you guys doing? How is everything? What a day. What a day. What is it? Tuesday? What a busy Tuesday for sure. If you guys are jumping in here, let me know who's here. Say hello. How are things? What's going on? All that kind of stuff into the chat. I gotta mute myself. What is up, Jennifer? Jennifer is driving. Well, be careful, please. I appreciate you still having the video going in the background or whatever you need to do, but be safe. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Who else is here? Anybody else? Anybody else here? My hair is just uncontrollable right now. I washed it today, but I didn't condition it, so it's a little bit wild. Let me tell you what. It just kind of does what it wants. I'm waiting for the last minute to get it cut before we leave on our cruise, but we can talk about that later. John and Pam, what is going on? Thank you again, like always, for jumping in here. Also, you guys, Jennifer, you're driving, so I know it'll be tough, maybe at a red light, or if you're parked somewhere, share this video out to other groups and other people that you think may or may not want to come hang out. Whether they want to or not, give them the opportunity and send them this way. I will get a couple more things shared out just so we can be on top of things. That's the plan. Let me see. I'll share it in all the places I can think of to share it to. So make sure you guys help me out and do that as well. We're going to be talking about a particular thing about pallet buying today for a little bit. I don't have a ton of time today, but I do still want to bring you guys some content and something to think about maybe. And maybe it'll help you guys out with other stuff going on. So let me do that. Let me tweet that. All right. I'll say, hey, why not? I'll send it to Gary V. Maybe he'll hang out with us for a bit. Live right now. Post. We'll send that. Who knows? You never know. He might be on a plane. Maybe he'll want to come in and stop by. It could happen. It could. Right? You never know. But we're going to get this shared out. We're going to get it out to all the groups I can think of. If you guys, like I said, have any other groups that you want to share it out to, I would appreciate it. Let's go ahead and share it here. Post that. Bam. Get some people in here saying what's up, all that kind of stuff. You guys know I love, having new people in the chat. If I can help in any way, I would also appreciate that as well. But while we're waiting here for a second, make sure you guys say hello. How's your day? Let me know how your day is going. If you guys sold anything today, bought anything you're really excited about selling, any of those things, make sure you guys get those comments in the chat very quickly here before we move on to everything else. So everybody wants their stuff submitted. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Post. I'm just posting it out. I'm hoping I can get everybody here hanging out, watching, learning some stuff. Hopefully I can learn some stuff from you guys as well. I do see that you did comment, John and Pam. I will get to it in just a second once I get this all in here. Anybody else? Anything else? I got all these places that I sell stuff on, like buy, sell, trade ones, that I have like this huge long list that I have to get through. There's got to be a way to organize them, right? I'm sure there is, but it is what it is. We'll get this one. I'm not selling that. Never mind. Discard. I don't know why they have that as that. Interesting. Anything else? Anything? All right, one more, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the video. So hopefully you guys are having a great day. All right, share that there. Perfect. All right. Back to whatever the question is. What do we got? What do we got, John and Pam? What did I miss? What were you guys saying? Will like and share on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. Anybody that does that, I do appreciate it. The more different people and different types of people or any of those things, different kinds of sellers, whether it's eBay, Amazon, retail location, garage sale style, anything like that is super fun to have different types of people in here hanging out, and we can all kind of learn from each other that way. Telling you, this vitamin stuff's delicious. But I'm also curious to know if we got any new people in here. Got a few other people jumping in. It seems like it tells me up there how, not for you, for me, how many people are supposedly in the chat, in the video, watching it. So hopefully we get some new people in here and hanging out. Jennifer and John and Pam, you guys know I love you guys for always jumping in here, but I'm sure you would like some ideas from other people's bouncing back and forth as well. So the more people we can get in here hanging out, putting their ideas in or putting their input in, whether it's good or not, is great. Anytime we can do that is super helpful. So if you are jumping in here and you just want to be on fly on the wall, I appreciate that too. Go ahead and you can even type in fly on the wall, anything like that. I just want to know who's here watching. So Top Dog 19, where you been for the past year? I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. We've kind of discussed it in some other videos. I'll give you the real quick version. YouTube changed a bunch of stuff. They really pissed me off. And then I didn't want to use their system. And I was moving. I was trying different avenues, trying different things. And the time I was allocating to YouTube and things just wasn't working with what I had going on. Now we're a little bit more structured, know a little bit more what's going on. I'm kind of over being angry at YouTube for the things they had done. And I have a setup out in the garage now. So there you go. That kind of gives you a real quick summary. But I'm here. I'm going to be making videos and trying to do as much as I can when I can. Streaming is super easy for me, so I can just pop up the camera, have something to talk about, talk to you guys, interact, and then I can be done for that, and that uploads. So I really like doing live. Also, I can really talk to you guys directly instead of like just spewing out information. And I might say something incorrect that you guys know, and you can tell me, and we can discuss it right then and there. So super awesome. That's why I really like going live over just stationary videos. But I understand the reason for those videos as well. But anyway, not a problem, not a problem. I appreciate you coming back and hanging out and saying hello. I do appreciate that a bunch. So, all right. So we might as well go ahead and get started with the video. I don't have a ton of time. I do have a lot of things going on. I hopefully will be buying some pallets soon, which I still have quite a bit of stuff, but overall not as much. And I still am getting through some of it and selling it as well. So one thing I wanted to talk about today. So before this, we were just talking. Now we'll talk about, what the topic is. So one thing with pallets, you guys, is you're going to get stuff that doesn't sell. Okay. It doesn't sell, or the value isn't worth the space that it's put in. All right. So, you like a good example is you get something, you put it out in your yard sale, let's say, or whatever, or you check Amazon, there's no listings for it. You check eBay, it really doesn't make sense to sell it on there because shipping and everything, you're going to either lose money on it or you're making like pennies for the work that you're going to put in to ship that item. And heaven forbid you get a return on this item or whatever the case may be. It just isn't worth the value to do it online. So there's a couple of things you can do. So I ran into this, and this is kind of new for me because, like I was telling you guys, we just started buying pallets and we're breaking them down. We're having yard sales, garage sales. I streamed some of those. So if you missed that, you could technically go back and watch them. They're only 8-9 hours long. But you're going to run into it. You guys can even see right now behind me, I still have stuff. Okay. Right. Even this chair I'm sitting on came on from a pallet. So you're going to run into it where you are going to have stuff left over. Now, this stuff will sell eventually. I understand that. But the one item I'll talk about right now today was I got a ton of Target 3-ring binders. Okay, you know the ones I don't have any here at this moment. I should have kept one and showed you guys, but you know, just the regular 3-ring binders, right? That are flimsy, they're plastic. I mean, I think they're a couple bucks or something like that in the store, depending on the thickness or the size of the binder. But it's the Target brand, so they're very cheap. They're okay, like quality wise, like especially if you know, you needed it for this or that. Like they're fine, they're definitely fine. But I didn't even count them. I probably had close to 150 of these purple Target brand 3-ring binders. Okay, now I got these binders from the very first set of pallets that I purchased back in before December. Okay, I had these purple 3-ring binders before December. Okay, before Christmas and everything, when they were kind of doing some school supply pallet, whatever the case may be. But I got like a ton of these pallets. Okay, they filled up I don't know if you guys probably can't see it, but like a tote and a half. Here, let me show you this tote. I don't know, like they filled up like this huge tote and another big tote and a bunch of stuff. Okay? Now, I had a ton of these binders, and they're good. We kept a stack somewhere for like the office and other things. So we kept some, so there's a little value there. But realistically, they were maybe $3 or something. I forget the number in the store for them. Then they got clearanced out, you know, trying to get dollars or whatever they were for these purple binders. And I had them ever since before Christmas of last year. And I sold from then till now at the garage sale probably, I don't know, I'll be really generous and say 10 of them at like 50 cents a piece, okay? I'll be really generous. I don't even think it was 10, but I'll be generous with myself here and say we sold probably about 10 of them at 50 cents a piece. Now, you guys are probably thinking, well, yeah, might as well. I mean, you got them. You might as well just put them in here, and every time you get that money, you know, you make a little bit. And in some regards, it's true, but in the other regards, it's taking up so much space, because I had like one of those big binders, one of those big totes, another big tote, and it was hampering the way I could display other items. And really just also when I'm thinking about purchasing more pallets, right, I go, well, I have all this new stuff. What the heck am I going to do with these binders that are very low value and slow sellers, okay? So you're going to run into that a little bit. I'll continue. I just want to catch up on you guys here, and then we'll continue here. So, can't get pallets around here. We just go to the Goodwill Salvation Army. Not much except for clothes, sometimes hardwood goods, DVD, CDs if available. Okay, John, Pam, awesome. Dumpster Diver Dad, thank you for jumping in here. I appreciate it. Hello. But so that's what happened. We ran into that where I had totes and totes of these purple binders that I couldn't sell for the life of me, it felt like, and they were taking up a ton of under table space that I couldn't put new products in, or I couldn't think about buying more products because I need more space to put them. Okay, so if you start buying pallets, will most likely run into this problem depending on where you live. You're going to run into it with something, okay? You know, it can vary depending on what it is, where you're located. If you live in a big town, little town, whatever. You guys know I live in a small town, and so on and so forth. So here I am with a ton of these purple binders. I have sold 10 since Christmas for 50 cents each. Yeah, I could have gone 25 cents, whatever, but whatever. I made $5, right? I made $5. When realistically, I can take that space, get rid of those, and put more expensive items in there, or items where I'll be making $5, $10 per item that sell quicker, and it gives me the freedom to go ahead and purchase more pallets. So the thing I wanted to discuss about is, what do you do with stuff like that? What do you do with the stuff that you just can't sell, you can't get rid of, you just don't know what to do with, and you just feel bogged down because there's value in the thought of selling it, or it did have a monetary value at one point. Make sure you guys hit that like button. So what do you do with that? You guys have to get out of like the mindset that every single piece of thing you get, it has to be, you have to just wait for it to sell. You have to wait for it to sell. You have to wait for it to sell, unless you have the space to hold it and it's not hurting your business, okay? That's a little caveat to that. But for where I'm at, I don't have abundance of space and a spot to hold a lot of these low-end, slow-selling items. So maybe this is more for me than some of you guys, but for me personally, with certain items like this. So you got to get out of that mindset of you got to just hold on to every penny, okay? Especially, at least for me, when it comes to pallets, because you're going to run out of space. You're going to stop buying good pallets because you're trying to finish off old crappy pallets that didn't move or still haven't moved. I'm totally for giving it a shot. You know, like I said, I had it since December. We gave it a shot. We gave it a fair shake and couldn't sell them for the life of us. So you got to get out of that mindset that every single thing you have to sell, every single thing you got to hold on to because it's going to hold you back. And you're going to be trying to make $10 for 5 months instead of getting rid of it, opening up the space and making $300 on that space because you have more retail-ish area or place to hold those items. So let me know if that makes sense to you guys in the chat. Let me know if that kind of maybe makes you think a little bit differently about things. This can apply to a ton of different things, you guys. It can apply to your death piles on eBay, your inventory that hasn't sold in the last year and a half, Amazon or Amazon FBA, all those things it can apply to. You got to know when to cut it loose and just move on. It's super important, especially in like actual merchandise. Know when you can cut it off, get rid of it, move on. Try to recoup some money if you can, or actually give it a fair shot, like we did for a few months, and we made $5 on these binders, taking up all these space. So for me, I was going, it's time. We got to get rid of these. Got to open up the space. I want to get new pallets, new things in, and I need more space. So let me know if that makes sense to you guys for sure. In the comments, I would appreciate that. Just let me know. Hey, how you doing? Make sure you guys hit that like button. It does help me out for sure. And then we'll move on here. Help me out. Hit that like button. And also help me out and say hello. Hello. But yeah, so super important. Know when to cut it off. Just be done with it. Move on. Especially on an item like 3-ring binders. Like school's already started, so on and so forth. So for me, it was time to cut it off, be done with it, make more room. Now the question is, okay, what the heck do you do with said huge 2 big bucket full of binders that are doing you no good and are not selling? Now, this can maybe applies more for me, but I live in a very small town in Minnesota. The town I live in is actually 2 technically towns together, and we don't even have a stoplight, right? So keep that in mind. So my local area only has a Goodwill that's 20 minutes away, but it's a very low-end, crappy one, not the really good upscale ones like in Minneapolis and stuff like that. And then you have a sort of like a thrift store that way that is another 15 minutes away that only takes certain stuff at certain times. So you got to be creative. You got to think of what the purpose of the product was. So in this particular case, you guys guess. First off, guess what do you think I did with these purple 3-ring binders. Hopefully you guys can get something in there quick. What do you guys think I did with them? Okay. Do you think I burned them? Plastic. I didn't do that. Did you think I just chucked them in the trash? Do you think I made, I don't know, plastic mache sculptures out of it? Is that a thing? I don't know. Did I don't know. Just take a guess. What do you think I did with these things? I'll wait a total of 1 minute. All right, I'll wait a total of a minute and see if you guys get something in here. Donate it. You gotta get in there a little bit more. Okay? A little bit more. Donate it to who, to where, to what. Give me some ideas. Okay? Waiting. That's good. It's good. Anybody else before we go ahead? I'll let you know. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Helps me out. Hit it. Thumbs up. Make sure you also subscribe as well. John and Pam says sold in lots. Okay, that's a good guess. It is a good guess, but no. All right, dumpster diver dad is correct. Yes. Yes, you are correct. Okay. I took 2 huge totes, okay, of binders that I couldn't sell, couldn't move, didn't know what the heck I was going to do with them, had no room for them here. And instead of just going to like a Goodwill or, that was 20 minutes away, not even the town I lived in, I didn't go 20-ish minutes away to the random thrift store in a different town. I decided to try to donate them locally here in town. Now, we don't have a real good thrift, we don't have like a good spot to donate. We have like a thrift store, but I don't know. We didn't want to conflict with some of the stuff that we do have up there anyway. Plus, they're slower sellers. So we figured, what can you do with it that can get the most use and benefit everybody? Okay. So we went up to, I went up to the high school first, and I walked in and I was like, hey, I have a crap ton of these, I was a little nicer, binders and a couple other things that we have no use for, we can't do anything with. Can we just donate them to the school for kids who need them, or just anyone that may use them? I don't care if the office uses them, so on and so forth. As long as someone's using them, whether it's the kids, the teachers, the office people, anyone, okay? I just want them used and out of my hair as well, okay? So now I went up to the high school and I asked them, and they're like, well, I mean, they were really nice, but they're like, well, let's make a phone call to somebody that kind of deals with that. So they made a phone call, and they're like, actually, no, we don't have any room for them. I was like, what? Like, in my head, I was going like, what? You're not going to take brand new free binders for kids or whoever? But they just didn't have the space, supposedly, for these binders. They either had too much, so on and so forth, whatever the case may be. So I was like, okay, well, then I was like, well, I'll try the elementary school. And I drove down the road to the elementary school, and I walked in and I was like, hey, same thing. I have this binder and some paper or whatever it was and a couple notebooks here that I can't do anything with. I was hoping that you guys or the kids or office or whoever could use these, so on and so forth. Can you guys take these items? And they're like, oh, absolutely. Anytime. We'll take binders, we'll take notebooks, we'll take crayons, we'll take whatever. Especially if they're new, we'll take it. And so that was really awesome. So I walked in there, and I went back to the car with, boom, big tote number 1, brought it inside, went back out, grabbed big tote number 2, boom, okay, and brought them in there. And they were super happy about it. I was super happy about it. I got them out of here. Someone can use them, and it was a good thing. Now, there's a couple little things you can check mark off when you're thinking about stuff. It's like, so it's a positive all the way around, okay? So you get rid of them. Like, let's just be selfish for a minute. How does it help me, okay? Let's be selfish a little bit. It gets out of here, the garage. It opens up space. It makes you feel good because you're helping somebody, right? And there you go. You get it out of your hair. You get rid of inventory. And it makes you feel good, okay? Now, on the flip side, how does it help them? Well, they're getting free inventory, okay? The kids in need will need it. Office people, if they need it for a project, but they're not like, I'm not going to pay like $5, $3 for a binder just for this little project. Well, they got one now, and it's going to be a better presentation, or so on and so forth. Okay, and it just makes the school look better in some ways because they have items to offer kids or other people who need it. So all around, everyone is going to benefit from donating to a place like a school or other place. Also, keep in mind that, you're helping your community, and in a way, it's going to make you look good. I didn't take the credit for it. I just donated it off, and they're like, well, who should we give credit for this? And I was like, I told her my fiance's business, because she's actually does a lot of stuff with kids and stuff. So I didn't even take credit for it. I just they were helping me without knowing they were helping me, and I was helping them in return. So it just is like one of those things that's all the way around really good. And you build a relationship with, the school, whether it comes up again or something like that. So that's a good thing. Schools probably like that because they use them, did a good deed, well done. Yeah, and for sure. And you got to think about it like, it goes all the way around. They help me, I help them. Next time, it might happen again. I might get a lot full of binders again. And I know a place that can use them, really appreciates them. And the value is in not money value, but it's in feel good, I guess you could say, if you want to be selfish about it. And also the value is in building relationships with people local and building your community up as well. So in the full scale of things, it's positives all the way around. The only maybe negative you could say is technically the monetary money value that I'm losing in those products. But if you can value the other things, the feel good, the community, all those other things, they highly outweigh the little bit of cash value you were losing on that item. Also, technically, I'm sure you can write it off as a donation and stuff. I didn't really even worry about that. I think it only helps your business if you donate enough or a huge chunk. But I mean, technically down the road, I could probably claim it, but I'm not worried about that. The help was to get rid of it and to help the community. So let me catch up on a couple of these. Dumpster Diver Dad said, I did the same thing with binders I found in Staples dumpster. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, you guys. It's especially with buying pallets, every now and again you're gonna run into an abundance of an item that individually did not sell well. One, they're getting rid of it because it didn't sell well. Two, it was overproduced and they ordered too many. They're just smaller value items that aren't. Especially with the binders, they take up more space than their value was to me. So keep that in mind, that to have kind of an arsenal of where to either get rid of these items or donate these items, or some sort of situation where if it's school supplies of some sort, schools will take them, local offices and businesses will take them, and then when it comes down to it, if you have to, you can donate outside of your community, whether that's a Goodwill or Savers or even a Salvation if it's local or something like that. Just have those things in place. If you get, sporting equipment, let's say, and it's not moving, whether it's, I don't know, 15,000 basketballs. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out here. Look for your local youth centers. Look for your churches that have gyms or open gyms, all those kind of things that local and community you can build up. And then, think about, your Goodwills and Savers and places like that, depending on which ones you have and who they support. Make sure you do that research. And then if worse comes to worse, no one will take them community-wise. And there is a certain store that's for profit that they are willing to take them and sit on them, then go that route. You got to do what's best for you as well in that. So Just keep that in mind. So that's kind of what I wanted to discuss a little bit. Just with pallets, what do you do with all the crap that doesn't sell? Well, you can donate it, but I wanted to touch more in depth on that, on where and how and who you can donate to, instead of just your normal Goodwill Savers, random this, random this. I would I highly recommend you guys looking local and community based with a lot of those items, because technically, if you do it local, you are actually getting a value out of that, whether that's just community based relationships. In the future, you never know that that office person is now the principal of a school and they are doing a sponsored thing in your business. They offer you a special rate because of how much you do for the community. Say they're doing a sponsorship, blah, blah, blah. We're going to sponsor the businesses. Your ad, your thing is normally $200, but you help our community so much, we're going to give it to you for $100. You don't know, but you built the community support by supporting them, and a lot of times they're going to come back and support you as well. So keep that in mind as a long-term investment. Maybe you could think of it as well. So the place I work, we donate to local daycare, museums, women's centers, supplies they can use. We don't throw away. They appreciate. Yeah, any of those things, guys, because I tell you, even just doing what we did today, schools may or may not remember us. They may or may not really care, but in the value of the spirit of helping and being able to do something for somebody in some ways is payment enough for us. But also, you can look at it a bunch of different ways where, we don't strive for the whole, like, maybe they'll give us a deal next time, but it's like something that can just happen for the fact of you doing something good can also have an effect later as well that you didn't even anticipate or think about. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit and, talk about it a little bit to hopefully either one, make you think different, two, maybe you had an opinion or an idea and maybe now you want to try it, or you're going to get into pallets and you're like, or you already did and you're stuck with a bunch of stuff and you just don't know what to do with it. I just want to discuss that a little bit. So I think that's going to kind of do it for this video, this little rant and fun live video. Appreciate you guys always jumping in here. If you guys have some question, whether it's Amazon, eBay, pallets, garage sales, anything, quickly get that into the chat and I'll try to answer that. Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here and go do some other stuff. But also, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, bell notification, and like this video. It does help me out doing the whole spiel here. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, there's a donation link down below. Also, if you want to join the Facebook group, there is a link down below for that as well. But let me check. Is there any questions? Anything? You got 1-ish minutes to get it in here, and then we'll get out of here. So if you have no other questions, anything else? Anything? I'm going to do a 360 here. Okay, I'll do one more 360. All right, I don't see any questions coming in, so we're going to get out of here. I want to say thank you to Jennifer. Thank you for jumping in here, even though you were driving. John and Pam, as always, thank you for jumping in here. I do appreciate that. Top Dog 19, thank you for jumping in here. I appreciate that. And Dumpster Diver Dad, again, also, thank you so much for putting your input in and stopping in the channel. Make sure you guys like this video. It does help. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, get notified when I go live for videos just like this. Also, like I said, donation link down below, Facebook group down below, and that is it. Thank you so much for stopping in here, you guys. We'll catch up on the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, Pocket Profit out. I'll see you later.